Hi students, this is Mr. Lola or Capivara. In this video we're going to quick go over a few basics of music. Music is super important to capoeira. Without music you can't really have capoeira. You know, capoeira moves, which, you know, capoeira moves are cool, but to put the whole thing together you need that music to hold it together, to tell people what speed to move, to tell people what type of movements they should do, and also just to give energy and give like kind of a flow to the whole game. Without music we don't have any of that. So the first thing to go over is just how to clap. There's two different clapping patterns. We're going to use the easier one because this is a basics video. So the clapping pattern, we go 1, 2, 3, then we rest for a second, and then we go 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, 3. And that 1, 2, 3 rest is going to be kind of our pattern for a number of the instruments. But once again, for clapping, we go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, and that's what we start with. Clapping is the first step. And without like good clapping in the circle, we don't have as much energy, especially for fast games. So the first instrument we're going to go over is called the pandeiro. It's like a tambourine. It's a little bit different. I'm guessing you don't have a pandeiro at home because they're kind of hard to get. If you have something like a tambourine, you can certainly use that. I'm going to give you another option here in a second, but first let's go over the rhythm. The basic rhythm, and we're going to do the very basic rhythm, is just once again that 1, 2, 3 rest. So we go a 1 with the thumb, 2 we slap, and then 3 with the thumb again on the edge. So edge, middle, edge, thumb, slap, thumb, and again we have that rest. So 1, 2, 3 rest. 1, 2, 3 rest. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's with the pandeiro. If you have something like a pandeiro, great. The other option I have for you is a book. It seems not as cool, you know. You want something that's like a hardcover book is great. A book that's, you know, a chapter book, not a picture book. And you can't get the jingles and everything, but you can make two different sounds, which is what we need. So you got a on the edge, and then we have a slap. It's not as loud, it doesn't have as much, I would say, resonance, which means that nice kind of vibration, but you go thumb, slap, thumb, slap, thumb. 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, thumb, slap, thumb, slap, thumb, slap, thumb. So that's the idea. So our next instrument is the drum. I have a conga here. There's a Brazilian drum called the atabaque, which people in Brazil would use, but really any drum you have is fine as long as it can get kind of a low sound. If you don't have a drum, I have a couple other options for you that I'll go over here. This is a conga. It's a pretty nice, good sized conga. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that 1, 2, 3 rest. 1, 2, 3 rest. Beat again. I'm going to use my fingers starting, and you can see there's kind of almost like a seam where your fingers meet your palm. I'm going to put those on the edge of the drum, and so I bounce my fingers and then I slap. Bounce, slap, bounce, bounce, slap, bounce. 1, 2, 3 rest. 1, 2, 3 rest. 1, 2, 3 rest. 1, 2, 3 rest. So that's the idea. It's pretty simple. So one option, if you don't have a drum, is a bottle. This is actually one that my wife has used to go to music festivals when she was in college or in high school. So a lot of people like to play these like their drums, and they work as drums really well. So if you have a big bottle, this is a really big one. If you don't have one that big, if you got one that's still like a big juice bottle or something, it might work. But it's just got to be able to put your hand on it. Again, we do our fingers and then slap. So bounce, slap, bounce. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right? So that's the idea. And finally, if you don't have a bottle, a book again. Books are our friends, right? We like to read them. We like to play music with them. So again here, we're going to use the edge of the book. We hit You just want to get two different sounds, basically. So we've got bounce, slap, bounce, bounce, slap, bounce. And that's that 1, 2, 3, right? So any of these, if you want to try them, you can do it at home. You can do it along with me right now. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to make a video here in a second that will make it so you can play all these together, right? So these are the instruments I would recommend you try playing at home. And I will also post a couple of music videos for you to play along with. So I hope these are helpful for you guys. Obrigado for being here. Thank you. Ashe.